public markets is an interesting one in of itself, because when I was growing up, the public markets were very exciting. It was every entrepreneur's dream was to get into the public markets. And when a company went public, it was a big deal. Like, it was front page of the news. And in those days, you would phone up your broker and you'd try and get hold of some stock. But if you think about that, like the 70s and 80s, which were kind of the glory days of that, what else were investors investing in? Bonds, real estate, the stock exchange. That was pretty much it. And there wasn't a lot of excitement in any of those three at the time. When a company listed, everyone wanted it. It was exciting. And so there was this demand. And what's interesting is the market has shifted completely, and yet the mindset is still the same. So companies still go public today thinking there's this amorphous group of public investors that will leap on and try and buy their stock. But investors today are overwhelmed with options. I mean, the top 7 companies in the world are still growing at like 20-25% a year. Everything else is competing with that, and they're sitting on 100 billion in dry capital. Every man, woman, and child is raising capital for a project. Like, investors are just inundated with opportunities. So it's very difficult to register. So just going public, nobody cares if you just go public. On the flip of that, which makes the situation even worse, is that for years, the investment banks and everybody else has said, go public, you can cash out. And so going public is seen as an exit. So if you talk to a startup, they will say things like, we're going to go public and exit in 3 years' time. I mean, investors know this is rubbish, but everyone says it, right? You've got to say there's an exit. And so everyone talks about IPO. If you Google IPOs, everything that comes up is IPO as an exit. So this company goes public. The founder finally wants to get some cash. The staff that have been underpaid for years but given these stock options want to get some cash. Angel investors, early investors, the investment banks themselves all want to get some cash. So what happens is these companies go public. There's this vomiting of stock into the market as everyone tries to sell, and a completely indifferent buy side because you're just another company. Something like 70% of IPOs in the last 10 years have gone backwards and not recovered. It's about 50% over the last 30, 40 years. So 50% of public listings are value destructive as opposed to value creative because everyone sells. So we kind of went through this. Like I said, we've taken over 100 companies public. The lesson that we learned was that the stock market is a fantastic tool, but not for raising capital. It's a fantastic tool for credibility, for transparency, and for creating a currency which you can use for acquisitions. You have to solve that supply-demand tension. Thanks for watching. My name is Callum Laing. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been doing this for about 25 years. I've taken about 100 companies public. I now run a $100 million fund. I continue to take companies public. I've written 4 best-selling books on different business topics, and I run a bunch of courses and programs to help people like you to get ahead. People that are typically find themselves or feel like they're on the outside and they want to hack access to the inside. And I've been lucky enough to work with hundreds or thousands of people now at this point and get them ahead of where they think they could be. So we've got things like a 10-day free email course, which is called Career Accelerator. So if you're right at the beginning of your role, if you're looking to build your media exposure, we've got programs for that. If you want to build your board career, we have a very successful program called the Veblen Director Program, where you can get on the first board seat. If you're interested in capital raising, we've got Guild Members, which is all about how to raise capital, and it's a great global network of capital introducers. We also have Unity Group, which is where I spend most of my time, which if you are a small business owner, that you're profitable, you're well established, and you want to use the capital markets to scale, please come and talk to me there. If you're an investor, we have some very unique products that allow you to get maximum capital appreciation and also high yield products there as well. So hopefully I've covered wherever you are in your journey. I'd love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, do all of those kind of things. Also follow me on LinkedIn for more regular updates. And thank you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments.